Now that we have explored the the timetable windows, the next functionalities that we will be exploring are these search windows together with these other ones. In the next video, I'm going to be visiting these sky and viewing options and the configuration windows. So look at, this is the time, this is my location, and this is the time as I'm recording this video. So it is the daytime. I'm recording the video in the daytime, so I can see the stars. Well, like I've done before, I can turn off the atmosphere so that I will see the stars. So let me turn it off. From here, I can turn off the atmosphere and I can see the stars. Previously, I taught you that if you want to identify an object, you just click on it. You just click on it and details about that object will come out, will be displayed. Want to know about this? Variable star, double star, about details about this. How about if you want to if you want to observe a particular object, is that how you're going to continue searching for them? Is that not an efficient way we can just search for an object? So and the way is by using the search window. So assuming that I want to search for, let's say, okay, let's say Andromeda Galaxy. Andromeda Galaxy, as you know, is the closest galaxy to our own Milky Way galaxy. So I will just search for it here. So you can either type the name or you can use the catalog ID. So for instance, for Andromeda Galaxy, the Messier catalog ID is M31. So if I type in M31, I should see M31. So it brings me some suggestions. So I'm gonna click on this, and that is the Andromeda Galaxy. Let's zoom in and see it. So wow, that's the Andromeda Galaxy. Andromeda Galaxy M31, and these are other designations from other catalog, just like someone having multiple names in multiple languages. For instance, my name is Miracle Chibuzo Marcel. The same person, you can call me Miracle, I will answer you. If you call me Chibuzo, I'll answer you. If you call me Marcel, I'll answer you. So in the same way, these are just the other names that we use to identify Andromeda Galaxy. You can also search for other objects. Let's say, how about we search for the nearest solar system to our solar system. It's called Proxima Centauri. Proxima Proxima Centauri. Proxima Centauri. It brings me up the suggestion. So let me click and see how it is. Oh, I guess it is beneath my horizon. So it is pointing somewhere beneath my horizon. I want to see it. So I'm going to remove the ground so that I can view it. And I've done this before. So here is the, okay, look at this somewhere there. Let me zoom in. That is the closest solar system to our own. And it is a double star system, but unfortunately, we can only see one star. The reason is because of the brightness. So in one of the future videos, I'm going to demonstrate on how you can remove this brightness so that the two stars will just separate. So that is, by the way, so that is the closest solar system to our um, solar system. So you can search for other ones. You can continue searching. You can continue searching. Let me bring back the ground again. So let me bring back the ground. Okay. You can search for, let's say, the Eagle Nebulae. The Eagle Nebula happens to be the most outstanding and the prettiest nebulae that we have ever observed before. So let's search for the Eagle Nebulae. Eagle Nebulae. Eagle Nebulae. Eagle Nebula. Okay, look at that. And again, it is not in my horizon, so I'm going to turn off the ground again. So I turn off the ground, and it's somewhere there. So it's zoom the Eagle Nebulae, and that's the Eagle Nebulae. The other one's outstanding. So you can go on your own. You can go on your own to explore some of the object that has ever fascinated you before. You can go on and on. Okay, one more. Let me explore the biggest asteroids or the most popular asteroids in in our solar system series. Oh, I guess it is. I have to turn off the ground again. So that is series. The biggest asteroids, I guess. The biggest asteroids. The biggest asteroids. So you can go on and on to explore all the asteroids of your choice that you've learned in your astronomy class or any other objects you have learned in your astronomy class. But one thing I will point out is this. In case you search for an object and you couldn't find it, maybe you search for, maybe you are part of our citizen science program where we search for asteroids and you got a provisional designation of your asteroids and you input it here and it couldn't be displayed. The reason is because you need to download the catalog. When we install this program, not all the catalogs came along with it. So there are some ones you need to download from the Minor Planet Center, or even some satellites. Like you can see the artificial satellites. Um, so you need to download those ones special before you can view them. We're gonna do that in the future. So that is, by the way, about the search functionality. So, like I said before, in the future, I'm going to come back to these sky and viewing and configuration windows. And also, I'm going to be exploring these coordinate systems. We have the azimuthal grid and the equatorial grid. So, furthermore, let me explore the constellation buttons. We have the constellation lines. So let us turn them on. So we have this for the constellation lines, and we have this for the labels. So you can see the constellations, and we have this for the arts. So we have these beautiful things. And what are these constellations? In the ancient times, they were really observant, and they have this connection with astrology. So they usually look up in the sky to see the patterns of stars. So these stars form a kind of shapes. Some of these shapes could be animals or inanimate, and they gave it names. You understand? Now, each culture has their own constellation. For instance, the Arabians have their own constellations. The Asians have their own patterns, okay? But this is for the Western pattern. This is the Western. I know the Western got most of their knowledge from the Greek. So you can either call it the Greek and or the Western pattern. So this is the default. The constellation here is the default for the Stellarium program, but we have a place so we can change it to your culture, which we shall see in the future. But for now, I would like us to see the whole constellation. I want to turn off the ground, and here is the whole constellation. And from what we've learned in our astronomy class, there are about 88 of these constellations. There were 88 of them. So for the Greek or the Western constellations, you have 88 of them. But there are these set of constellation we call the zodiac. The zodiac. So there are a set of constellation that the Earth transits as it moves about the sun in a year. Let me just show you. This is it. These are the zodiac, and it is very popular among astrologers. So on January, the the Earth will transit this. So if you are standing on the sun and looking at the Earth, on January the Earth will transit this constellation. On February it will transit this. On March it will transit this. We are on March, and I'm making this video on March. So this is Pisces constellations. So about 12 of them. So we call it the zodiac constellations. But we have more of these constellations. So you can explore further. So for instance, when we view the Andromeda galaxy M31, the Andromeda galaxy is on the Andromeda constellation. Look at that. This is the Andromeda constellation, and here is the Andromeda galaxy. So you can also identify objects based on their constellations. So if you observe, I have a line here. This line is called the ecliptic line. It is the line where planets tend to move alongside it. It moves, it follows this line in the sky. You know, planets don't just assume any arbitrary position because in the solar system, the planets orbit in a plane-like form, not just in any direction of its choice. So they have, with respect to Earth, they tend to move along this line, and you can see some of those planets. Let us zoom. You can see some of these planets here. This is the Moon. This is the Sun. This is Mercury. This is Jupiter. Um, In the later videos, I'm going to show you where I activated this line. So this is how, so for instance, as Venus is, this is Uranus, it is facing this constellation. This Venus planet is facing this constellation. So this is how Jupiter. So they change the moon, Aquarius, Aquarius. So this is all about that constellation. So furthermore, I think we should move on. Furthermore, we have seen this before, the ground, we have seen the atmosphere. I don't want to turn it on. This is the coordinate points. If you want to remove them, you can remove them. You can switch it on again. And this is for the deep sky objects. If you want the names of the deep sky objects to appear, look at them. They will just appear. Deep sky objects. Maybe let me explore this one. Let's explore this one. Bring to the center. And it says deep sky object. This is star cluster, so global star cluster. So that's for that. You can switch it off. This is for solar system levels. Let's assuming you want to switch off the names of these planets because their names are attached to them. Assuming this is Saturn for instance, and I want to, if I click on that, the name will just go, and you might mistake it as ordinary star in the atmosphere in the sky. So you can just leave it there. Then this is for if you want to change the orientation of your coordinate system. For instance, if you want to change the orientation of my coordinate system from azimuth to the equatorial, you can do that from here. But the best thing is to leave it there. But in the future, we're going to see the use of that. But in there, this is for to center. If you want to bring a selected object to the center, we've seen that before. Assuming that you click something here and you want to zoom in. And if you zoom in, you can get it. So you have to bring it to the center and zoom in. And how to do that is by clicking center an object so you can zoom in. So that's how to do that. So in case you don't want to do it with your mouse, you can do it with this button. Then we have light night mode. Oh, look at that. I don't quite enjoy it. So, but this is it in case if you prefer it. Then this is for full screen mode. Full screen mode locks you out. You can't have access to the interface of your computer. I don't quite like it. That's why in the first introduction I told you to switch it off. So that's why I have to switch it off and expand it so that you see I can be going back and forth without having any issues. All right. So this is for exoplanets. Exoplanets are those planets that are orbiting other solar systems, other stars. So it is on. It is switched on, off, on, off, on. So you can explore that later. Can explore that later. So this is for meteor showers. Meteor showers or the meteor showers. This is the daytime. You can't see meteor showers now. So, but the other side of the Earth can see the meteor shower. So let's switch it up and see some meteor showers. Or maybe there's no meteor in the atmosphere. Oh, look at meteors here. Look at them. Look at them here. So the meteor showers. And these are for satellites. For satellites, although we haven't upgraded, we need to download the satellite catalog for us to see the satellite. Sometimes you can just see one or two of them zip by. You can see one or two of them zip by, but we're going to activate it in the future so that you can see the satellites. When we activate it, you will notice that we have hundreds and hundreds of satellites zipping by right now. In fact, it can even obstruct your work. I don't usually like to turn it on when I've activated it, so that is by the way. I want to bring back my ground. Where are all my coordinate systems? So, by the ground. Then we have seen this before, and this is for the crate, in case if you want to switch it off. If you don't want to use it here, you can use that button to switch off. So in the next video, we're going to be exploring these two windows because they are the most important here. All right, thanks.